Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Five Foolish Mortals, episode 6?
Sure, we'll go with that.
My name is Jim. You are on the More Sunshine Please channel. With me are my other foolish mortals. We have Charlie from the Disney Nerd Herders. Hello, Charlie.
What's up, Jim? How you doing?
Doing well. Ben from Pepper Tree Villa. I'm not going to make you say anything right now. I understand what's going on.
I'm feeding my face.
And we also have Derek and Gregory from D&G Explorers. Gentlemen, how are you?
Big Explorer here. And Explorer. There you go. You had to look for it.
Thank you for the show and tell. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some movie discussion planned, and that movie is Onward. Now, we've all seen it, right? Everybody here has seen it?
Was that the movie we watched last night? I couldn't tell what movie we were watching last night.
Brother.
A couple times.
We thought it was Lord of the Rings, but it was a much shorter version of it. So
we're going to discuss Disney Pixar's Onward. And then later on, we've all come up with trivia questions to challenge each other with. And we'll see how that goes. Does anybody want to take the reins and welcome everybody in the chat?
I can do that. Yeah, let Derek
yeah, why don't you do that for once?
I'll do it. All right, guys. First person into the chat was Mike Wheeler. Welcome, Mike Wheeler. Thank you for joining us. We also have Wendy Lou Who. We have Elisa Stenberg, Christie's Corner, Rob Fuzz.
Did it happen? I can't hear it.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
James Ryan. Let's get down here. Cruising for Food. Pepper Tree Villa. Rachel Loves Disney. Kay Atwood. And Alex Bruner. Uper Wisdom Videos. Fisher Fun Ventures, who we are actually going to have our show Wednesday night.
Awesome.
And Disney Nerd Herders. Hello, Charlie. And Stacy Rogers. And I believe I went through everyone. If I did miss anyone, I do apologize. But welcome. Thank you for joining episode 6 of the Five Foolish Mortals.
Yes, welcome everybody. Thank you, Derek. Should we get right on into it? And if yes, shall we throw it over to Ben, provided he's chewed each bite 30 times and swallowed? For a bit of backstory or something, yeah, a little something about Onward.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to really say about it. It's the second film that was directed by Don Scanlon, who has been with Pixar for quite a while. His first film that he directed was 2013's Monsters University, which I find it really difficult to believe that Monsters University was released 7 years ago. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but my gosh, it's gone fast. Believe me, when your parents tell you life goes fast, believe them. It does. It's weird.
It's
But,
faster as you get older, I think.
The story of Onward was actually kind of the brainchild of the director, Don Scanlon himself. They brought in a couple of other writers to smooth out a lot of the details about a year and a half before the movie was released. But overall, Don Scanlon had the same kind of experience where when he was young, his father passed away and he and his brother were raised and they kind of had to get through life. And he looked up to his older brother for guidance. So in a way, his older brother was his father. So kind of a parallel to the movie, but we'll get to that. Mm-hmm. But he really, there's a scene in the movie where Ian is listening to a cassette tape of his father's voice in audio form. And that's what really triggered the story being written. Don Scanlon had the same experience growing up. He only had audio bits of his father's voice. So he kind of like leaned onto those to remember who his father was. So that's pretty much the backstory of Onward. There's not a whole lot more to it. Oh, other than the movie made $103 million in its initial release, but it was cut short because of the COVID-19 outbreak and shutting down movie theaters pretty much globally. And it's kind of a weird experiment that a lot of movie studios did that month, where they released a lot of movies almost instantaneously to streaming services so that they could try and get some play out of them after they'd already been marketed. But Disney did something very smart in that they held back on putting it onto Disney Plus immediately and waited for a lot of people like myself who purchased it 2 to 3 weeks prior on iTunes so we could see the movie much sooner than those who were more patient to watch it on Disney Plus. But I will say this, I do not regret purchasing it because to this day, I have purchased every single Pixar film in digital form. So I own the entire canon.
Wow.
You said that it costs it made 103 million. Do you know how much it cost to make? Did they make
it was 180 million is what the cost of it. But you have to remember, when you're producing something like an IP, an original IP like Onward, and it is successful, the cost of the movie, even though it may not be made back at the movie theaters, goes through several cycles of different sources of income, including streaming services, purchases of DVDs, Blu-rays, and digital format, toys, merchandising, all the way up to theme park attractions that last for years and years. So when you're investing in an IP, you're actually investing a little bit of money for a larger payoff, which you're hoping for a few years down the road. Fantasia, when it was originally released by Disney, didn't make money until the 1960s. And that was mainly because when they re-released Fantasia multiple times, especially in the 60s, people were using experimental drugs, going to the theater and really getting a lot out of the movie. That's the truth.
They finally understood the movie.
Can you explain IP for those that don't know what IP is?
An IP is short for intellectual property, and it is the content of a film or a franchise that a studio develops, like Star Wars, Marvel films. Pixar has multiple IPs with the Toy Story franchise, Monsters, Inc., The Incredibles, Cars. Everything in that is considered an IP. So that's all in a nutshell.
Thank you, Ben.
So hopefully they'll make their money back, at least with merchandise and DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff when all that happens.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, especially since this movie really tugs at the... It's more of like a buddy comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And
like bonding.
Pixar does really well at attracting the male demographic in that respect, which is why I think the movie spoke a lot to me.
That and there were elements of certainly Lord of the Rings. There were elements of Indiana Jones in there, and there was a lot to grab onto as far as that's concerned. And it was well, I'll just say it right now. I thought it was a lot of fun. The movie is very fun, and I'm going to get into it a little bit later. But this thing was jam packed full of Easter eggs, and I mean. You know, I did a little bit of research, what little time I had, and I couldn't fit it all in. I'm going to show a little bit later what, like just the Disney Easter eggs that are in here. But Dungeons and Dragons, just pop culture in general. It's deep. It's really deep. Does anybody want to get going to start us out with their feelings or whatever?
Let's welcome first Captain Akron 27. He joined us. Russ Stapleton joined us. Some of the comments that they're saying, Stacy Rogers, I'm hoping to put the world back together today. We are watching all 3 Jumanji movies. So we actually talked about
what I
doing
said. We want to do that too, Stacy.
Yeah.
I like James Ryan's comment that validates what I said about the 1960s. It says, I can state with some measure of veracity that your description of the 1960s and Fantasia is accurate.
I liked Fantasia. You know,
I like this 2001 better than the other one. We also had big
Well,
Disney fan join us, so welcome.
welcome. That's different animation, but we're not talking about Fantasia today.
We
We're
are-
reviewing Onward.
Sorry for getting you onto that.
No,
No,
it's okay.
Do we want to go like over?
And just really quick to let everybody know, this is a spoiler show. It's not a spoiler-free show. So if you haven't seen it, we're sorry. We're going to be talking about the movie.
Listen to every other word, not every word. So do we want to talk about maybe the characters first, and then do like the story of it? Is that
Sure.
cool?
Yeah, I didn't know how we were going to tackle this, but that
Okay.
sounds great.
So the characters. You'll have to help me who did the voicing. So Ian, they're two brothers. They're elves. You have Ian and Barley Lightfoot, and they are voiced by Ian is voiced by
Tom Hiddleston.
No.
And,
Tom,
no,
Tom
not
Holland.
Hiddleston. Huh?
Tom Holland.
Yes, thank you. I get those mixed up.
wow.
Spider-Man, not Thor. Spider-Man.
Yes. And,
And then Barley was voiced by
excuse me, Chris Pratt.
yes, and those actually
Hot
I
in here.
liked their relationship. I thought they were really good together. And as brothers do in real life, you're close. You kind of take each other for granted. You go your separate ways, and then you usually come back together as you get older or you have an experience. And I thought that the development of those definitely showed that. They also, some of the other characters that I thought was interesting was Corey, the manicure. Manticore.
A
Manticore.
manicure.
Manticore.
Manticore.
Manticore, yes.
Was voiced by Octavio.
Octavia
Octavia.
That's why I wanted you to do the voice, and you do it on the Spider-Man thing.
I love Octavia Spencer.
Yes, I do
I'm
too.
trying to fan myself because
Um,
it's like 90-something degrees today over here.
Yeah, we're supposed to be 98
It's
degrees.
sweltering.
Wow.
And I knew that voice, and I couldn't quite place it. I thought it was.
I didn't even think about that voice.
I thought it was someone else.
Well, no, you thought the one-eyed cop was what's her name from the all-female Ghostbusters movie?
Oh, Leslie Jones.
Yeah, and I think it might have been. I don't know though.
I didn't look at that. Then they also had, if you guys are familiar with Tracy Ullman and the Tracy Ullman Show, she was Grecklin, which was in the
Pawn shop.
pawn shop. Yeah, I didn't even associate that name. And then I knew I saw it at the end when they were towards the end,
the
and
fountain.
the construction worker with the one eye. His name was Fenwick, and that was John Ratzenberger.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
as
pick
soon
up
as I
on
heard
that
his
either.
name, I was like, "Hey, here's a familiar
They
voice."
always throw his voice in there in the oddest ways or times. I didn't catch that this time.
And I really liked. I don't know. I really liked when I saw the previews for this movie. I started seeing them like over a year ago, and then when it came out, I was thinking. I thought this movie had already been out because they had shown it such an early time. And I would tell you, when I saw this movie, it was not what I got from the previews. But I loved the character development of the two brothers, and I thought that was the main focus on it.
I'm sorry, Greg. You want to?
No.
I'll just say this
Mix it up.
about Barley, and maybe you guys had the same thought. That seemed like a role that was tailor made for Jack Black, and
Yes.
and I couldn't get over that. And I actually, Chris Pratt was fine, but I just thought, man, that's a role Jack Black could have sunk his teeth into.
Absolutely. But is there a Disney film that Jack Black has actually done?
Not that I know of.
No, DreamWorks, right? He was Kung Fu Panda.
Yes. Yeah. He is
So
Panda.
yeah,
That
so-
could be why he didn't make the cut. Unless
Yeah.
Disney wanted to pull some synergy with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and use two of the lead actors who are well suited for those roles.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We want to welcome a couple more people.
Jeffrey Resendez, welcome. We also have Pepper Tree Villa. And Jack Sandy Claus Logan has joined us. And, of course, Stacy Herder. So welcome.
Yes. Harold.
Welcome, everybody.
I didn't even think of Jack Black, and I remember Jim saying that a while back. I totally thought that the characters looked like Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. Just they meshed their what am I trying to say? Not cosmetics, but they mixed their look of the voice actors into the animation, and I thought that was really cool. And I like their chemistry that they had back and forth because, of course, they were in Avengers movies together, so they already had that camaraderie and everything. They were actually like real brothers, and I'm sure they're like that in real life too, I would think.
Another casting thing I thought of too. Also, Julia Louis-Dreyfus was the voice of the mom.
I didn't know that at first.
Yeah, and she previously was in A Bug's Life, another Pixar film.
Yeah.
Princess Ada.
And I thought that thank you. Yes, and I thought this was a role also that not to say she didn't do a great job, but I thought maybe Bonnie Hunt, also a veteran of Pixar films, maybe could have been a little more dynamic.
I could see that actually.
In that.
But it's been a while.
Yeah.
For Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I'm sorry, Ben, what were you saying?
I said I do like Bonnie Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was the blue coupe in Cars.
Yes.
That's right. Among other things, she voiced something else too, no?
She was in the Monsters movies, I thought, also. Monsters, Inc. or Monsters University.
She might have been, yeah.
I think she was in both. At the beginning, I always think of it at the beginning of Monsters Inc., where they do the simulator test, and then she says, "Can you tell me what you did wrong?" I thought that was Bonnie Hunt there, and then also the teacher in Monsters University. Excuse me. At the beginning, she was a kindergarten teacher or a lower grade teacher, but I think that was her as well.
Is she oh, I'm sorry. Is she a Toy Story character as well?
She is. She plays Dolly.
Yep. Yeah, she's a doll.
She is a doll.
In more ways than one.
Are we not hearing you, Charlie?
I'm sorry. What?
That's awesome. I wish we had one of those mics. That cuts out all the wind factor and everything.
Yeah, that's really
Same as Jim.
exactly. I saw Jim's mic and I'm like, whoa, I like that. I'm gonna bring mine down.
Sweet.
Yeah, according to IMDb, Bonnie Hunt was two different characters in Monsters Inc. and Monsters University.
Oh, wow. 2 for each movie?
Yeah, she also played Hops's mother in Zootopia.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I've only seen that movie like once. I got to watch that again.
I love Zootopia. I've seen it 3 or 4 times.
Yes, me too.
My point is, she is great, and I thought
Yeah.
she would have been great as their mother in this movie too. But not that Julia Louis-Dreyfus wasn't wonderful, but I had that thought too. I just like recasting movies, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I had the same idea with Jack Black. I couldn't. The first time I watched this movie, I couldn't get past. I just kept on thinking, Jack Black. That should have been Jack Black's part. He would have been perfect for it. Even though Chris Pratt did an awesome job. I think everybody did great jobs, but I just thought that was a part made for Jack Black. Another person that came to mind because I like fanboys. I like Fantastic Beasts was Dan Fogler. I thought he would have been also a pretty good a choice for that for Barley as well.
Is that the heavyset guy from Fantastical Beasts?
Yeah, he's the boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
He gets bit and he acts freak out.
Yeah.
And stuff. Let's see. I wanted to know if any of you noticed the similarities between Ian from Onward.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
From Ian and Onward, compared to Linguini in Ratatouille, because me and Stacy saw it right away.
Oh,
I
Like
see
this
that now.
that's true. Yeah.
Linguini with blue hair and pointy ears, and I was like,
And the nose.
looked a
Did you see
lot
that
like
now?
Linguini. Yes. So
I'd have to see it again. I
The
didn't think of
main
it.
character from Ratatouille, I don't know where it's at, but the young guy that has the rat helping him.
I'd have to look at
Yes.
him again. I don't.
Oh my God. I can't work with you here.
But I will say, welcome, Leanne Sherbik. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us.
Welcome.
come in. And then the other note that I had about characters was pictures of the father. Their father, where they had the pictures on the wall, looks so much like John Krasinski to me.
Hmm.
I could see that actually. Yeah.
Jim
Yeah.
from The Office when he had a beard. I was like,
Yeah.
that's John Krasinski right there with pointy ears.
He's
I was
actually he's doing a lot of fun with some
yes,
stuff on YouTube right now.
yes, he is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And he's getting more and more celebrities involved too. So that's
Great. They should.
Yeah.
So
Those
I thought
videos he does are so much fun. But yeah, you're right, Charlie. I didn't think of that, but you're absolutely right.
I was expecting him to have a voice in there at some point, but you never hear him speak. But I was wondering maybe there was a part in there where he was a voice and they cut it or something. I don't know. But,
There was a voice of the father on the audio tape that Ian was
oh
listening
yeah,
to.
in the beginning, yeah. So I didn't notice if it was John Krasinski's voice.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
But
They
I thought-
laughed at the end, but
I thought he looked like him a lot, but
We just also had This Life of Ours joining us, so welcome so much for joining us. And Christie's Corner said, I was thinking he kind of looked like Tony Stark.
Oh,
I can
with
see
the facial
Robert
hair.
Downey Jr. I mean, maybe everybody could see differently. I would say now that Charlie said John Krasinski, I would think, yeah.
Yeah. Big Noah joined us, Big Noah Mountain 5.
And Wendy Luhu.
Yes, from Scotland.
I already knew that I had a feeling that the movie was going to have certain effects or impacts on me, and I was definitely right. Certain parts of that movie did hit me more than others. I could feel it coming on, and by the end of the movie, I had tears streaming down my face, and I asked Derek if he cried, and he said yes, but not a lot. And I said, when did you cry? And I forget what you said, but I said, well, I cried more than you because they were just waterworks. And I told Ben I was going to. I knew I was going to.
To me, it was when they were on the hill at the end, and knowing that he gave up his right to meet his dad, which was what the whole thing that was driven to him.
Yeah,
because he realized what his brother meant to him, and he wanted his brother to revisit his father.
because
That was the point that got me.
He wanted his brother to be able to say goodbye to his father properly,
yeah.
which he never got to do. But I'm surprised that Derek didn't cry because you woke him up at the end of the movie.
No, he was awake during the whole movie. But yeah, I mean, there were a lot of lessons I think in this movie. Sacrifice and trust and brotherhood, friendship. All these things kind of rolled into one. So, worthiness, because one brother was worthy of using the staff, the other one wasn't, obviously. So, it was a roller coaster of emotions and adventure throughout that whole movie, I think, and a lot of comedy too.
Which I think kind of, unless someone wants to comment on the characters, I think it's a good chance to go into the storyline. I love to go into a movie not having any expectations of it at all. And this is one of the movies I was not that like, yes, I got to go see. And
You didn't know much about it.
I was drawn into it. I would definitely say this was catered to a guy, not a male bonding, more so than like Frozen, I would say would be more for the girls. This was definitely directed towards, it hit home with me. And I just kept on thinking as I was watching it, this is like Lord of the Rings. And then they would throw in stuff like the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And
Indiana Jones.
I must say, I kept on watching, like, in addition to the movie and what was going on, I was looking in the background. What are they doing now? Where are the hidden eggs? One of the things I thought was fascinating how they drew it, kind of getting away from the story, is like their hair. The way they drew their hair into it was so amazing. And then I was watching, there was a scene when they ran out of gas, and I was watching the lights and the vehicles that were on the bridge that were passing. And I thought it was amazing how the detail that they put. Sometimes you wouldn't see a car, but you would see the lights, the glow of them going by. Sometimes you would see trucks. And I was trying to figure out, are you going to see the same one like being repeated? And I think just the little detail, like some of the scenes they put in there, it was like they were filming a live set mixed in with some of the animated things over it. And I just thought that portion of it was, I was amazed of the beauty of it. And I was watching this movie in the background probably more than any Pixar movie that I had seen, because I was just amazed how they put it all together, the world that they create. So I was impressed with that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's rich in detail. It really is.
Stacy said there was an airplane too, and I pointed that out to Greg. There was an airplane showing up there with a vapor trail. That was really cool.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's little things like that Pixar does to building their films that set them apart from any other animated studio, because they really, really painstakingly look at the details, because every single thing, every single frame, every single item on that screen is deliberate. They want to be able to create as real an environment for you so that you actually get swept up into it.
Stacy Rogers made a comment about Jack. Oh, there you go, about Jack Black. There are rumors that Jumanji: The Next Level was his last movie. He's been talking retirement.
What?
That's interesting.
I had not heard of that.
Back to him, and if anybody's familiar with his music career with Tenacious D, you know that he loves the mystical and the medieval. And did we lose somebody?
Charlie.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be back.
Charlie, come back.
Come back, Charlie. Anyway, that's why when there was in the movie and they're in the van, there's this heavy metal music playing a bit, and that's right up his alley. I thought, man, is this a nod to Jack Black? When they're in the pawn shop, there are a number of electric guitars hanging on the wall. I thought, man, I don't know this for a fact, but I wonder if one of these is a Jack Black guitar. I don't know. Probably not. But anyway, I guess enough about that. But he was Chris Pratt. That is was great. He's funny and he did well.
Welcome, Jeb Geek. He said Jumanji is supposed to have a third film, officially making it a trilogy.
No, I haven't seen the second one yet.
I haven't seen any of them.
That is the third one.
No, not from the with the new cast with the Rock.
Not from the reboot
well,
or whatever.
I mean, technically, the original with Robin Williams, they did tie that in with the new one, and then they continued on from there. But it was a very small way that they tied it in, but they did. I asked Charlie if everything was okay, because I don't know what happened. Maybe he lost.
Maybe they lost power again.
Something, yeah.
It was snowing. He mentioned it was snowing in his
Oh
neck of the woods.
no!
Gosh, that'd be terrible.
And I don't see.
I don't know how hard
Stacy
it was snowing.
anymore. I don't see Stacy on the chat anymore.
So what did you guys feel about the story?
I thought it was original in a way that attacked by rabid unicorns. My God.
That's horrible. I'm sure that's scary.
That was a metaphor, but I was going to go into it. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's original and familiar both at the same time. Whereas it was really, really cool that they were able to do this kind of. Oh, hey, Charlie, welcome.
Hi, guys. I think everyone was trying to use the internet too much at once.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
Well, what I was going to say is it's wonderful that they were able to create this whole fantasy world and yet give it a modern spin on it, like it was in the 21st century. That's something I don't think I've seen before.
That was awesome. I loved how they did that.
Yeah. And you were able to, I mean, Ian left his house and went to a fast food restaurant for breakfast on his way to school. Right? It doesn't get any more 21st century than that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The
No,
explanation,
that was it.
the explanation that they have for it,
Yeah.
was awesome too. You know, it's like, okay, they had magic, but why would people want to leave magic? Because it was too hard to do, so they went to electricity or whatever. You know, and you know, some people, especially when it comes to like chemistry or whatnot, and some stuff is hard, and if they don't want to put the time in, that they're looking for the easy way out, and that's what happened over time. And this, I guess, in this world, you know, so that was a good explanation, because I could totally see it happening. People not wanting to put in the time, even though putting in the time would result in having magical powers. You know,
Yeah.
Don't be lazy. Put in the time.
I thought it was like the evolution for them, because they were all magical and everything, and then they kind of lost over time their magic. Like the fairies' wings, they didn't know how to use their wings after a while, and then all of a sudden it came back, and then the manticore snapped and went back to how she was, you know, crazy and everything, or mean. And then the rabid unicorns, I thought that was a metaphor for bats when they were in the cave. And then the unicorns that were in the trash was like a metaphor for raccoons or cats, you know, just something that you would see every day on the street, you know, animals going into the trash, but not a Pegasus, you know, because they had horns. So
I thought I read that originally unicorns, before they were sparkly and perfect, were actually kind of dingy and feral. I thought I read that somewhere, so maybe that was a nod to that. I don't really know.
yeah, if metaphor wasn't the right word, then it was supposed to
Symbolize.
represent
There you go.
those things.
And I now just lost my thoughts. So
Because
I'll
Derek
shut
was saying it's not a metaphor, so.
up. Get it on mute. I didn't call you out.
Well, no, it's okay. I just had to explain myself.
I like the fact that it was a quest. That was so much fun. They had a map and they were going searching, and that was a lot of fun. It was like Indiana Jones or the Goonies or something. It was fun to follow them on their quest, and that was a neat aspect of the film for me.
I could see either a ride or a video game coming out based off of the movie at some point.
That'd be cool.
Mhm.
You know, it would go wonderfully in a place like Animal Kingdom, where they could do like a whole lot of the mythical creatures in a different area, provided that they don't go in the direction of doing a Zootopian land.
Yeah, where what is it? Dino Land USA. Let's make that new Mushroom Town or whatever it was called in the movie. Let's do that.
Well, they still have, that's the biggest park and it's the most underdeveloped park. They still have a lot of room to add more
Yeah, but
lands
a
if
lot
they
of that
really
is-
wanted to.
is because of the care of the animals.
Oh, yeah, that too.
But when you're, I know I was going to remember from before, when you're talking about how, like Lord of the Rings, to me, when I read Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and then I watched it, it always made it seem like it was actually our history, our past, and how we are not magical now. And that, how when watching that, it kind of linked, it kind of brought that same feelings back to me, how at one time we were magical, and then they became like what you guys are talking about. So I noticed that in the film too. I thought that was a cool, and that was another thing that linked me even more so for that feeling of Lord of the Rings.
According to Lord of the Rings, we could have had magic powers. Is that what you're saying?
I do have magic
I
powers.
could have been a wizard or something?
Yes.
What the heck?
Yes.
Thank you, Stacy Rogers, for all the links that you're putting in the chat. Overall, I don't know if we're done talking about it, but just I'll just bring it up here. What did you guys think? Like, a scale of 1 to 10? What do you give this film?
I would say a 10 for me.
Greg didn't like it, so he gives it a 10.
That's not, whatever.
That's the way it works, Greg.
No, it's for me. I'm
I-
going to see you later.
I really identified with it, and I will say this: The first time I saw it was the first weekend of the sheltering in place. So it was hard for me to wrap my head around it at that time. So seeing it the second time around, I was able to catch a lot more stuff, and I got a lot more into it. So I would give it a solid 7 or 8.
Charlie, don't go into the light.
Yeah, I was going. I was telling Jim before the show it was sunny and it was snowing here.
Wow, that looks really cool.
Oh my God.
The heavens
Oh,
have
gee.
opened up to you.
Sucked into the poltergeist. No, Charlie.
I have to say that I really liked this one a lot. I connected with it a lot because I grew up in the perfect time to grow up, which is I was a young lad in the late 70s and early 80s, and that was pretty much the time to be. If you liked Dungeons and Dragons, that was a time to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to do a little show and tell. These are some books that I still have from Dungeons and Dragons. These are old.
Oh,
ones.
let me. How do I do this? Do I click the little box here?
There you go.
There it
A
is.
little bit of
All
my
right.
set that I've had. This is actually an advanced D&D, but the original D&D stuff is somewhere else, and then you have stuff.
Oh
The
wow.
cool thing was these were really, really awesome drawings, and I just loved the drawings of these books. And Avery even loves looking at them once in a while too. They have
Sure.
different types of things. They have manticores, and there's your unicorn. This one looks a little bit dingy. I guess that unicorn. Looks a
You
little
can't
dingy.
find those anymore, I'm sure. Not looking like that anyway.
Deities and demigods again. These are all like I think from 1980 edition, which at this point it was like the 6th running. So these are not like the originals, but they're pretty old. to begin with. There's some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so I grew up in that age when if you were into D&D back then, you were definitely called a nerd or a geek or in that fold. But I was also athletic too, so it didn't really affect me much. I wasn't that bad. But I had some ideas. I had some thoughts on the movie. I had definitely. I had written down some things that I thought were very fun parts of the movie. I loved the idea. Just okay, you're going on a quest to bring your father back. I thought that was awesome. And then I can get into it. And especially the big brother being, with all his D&D, not D&D cards, but there's all more like magic cards. If you ever seen that game where you have more of all these cards explaining what spells are and the spell books and all this other stuff, I was easily able to get into the theme of the movie pretty quickly. I didn't mind watching it a second time, even though I just watched it 3 weeks ago. So I watched it again last night, and I was happy. But some notes that I saw that I thought stuck out to me while watching the movie. One of the funniest parts was when the father, the lower half of the father, was
My God.
when the first time they're fighting outside the van. The younger brothers, the brothers were fighting outside the van, but the music was on in the van, and then the father starts dancing to the music because he could feel the rhythm of the he starts going out and dancing on the grass, and he drags the kids onto the grass, and they were all dancing out there. I thought that was a funny moment. Also, when they go into the Manticore's restaurant, she has been totally domesticated. This wild beast of legend, and then she's serving what? Fried cheese and all this other stuff, and she's turned into a waitress from Alice, and I thought that was funny. But the caricatures in that restaurant were based on the real things that used to happen in the old ages in that world. So I thought that was funny. The sprites at the gas station, those were hilarious. How they first start off not being able to, they don't know that they can fly or whatnot. It basically takes barley to smack it back into them where they can start flying again, or they get into an accident or whatever, and they started flying again, and all of a sudden they're this flying biker gang with as fairies, and they end up helping, I think, at the end with maybe they don't. I'm thinking of their car accident. The parents get in.
Oh yeah, they flew away.
Yeah, flew away.
And for yourself.
They were still totally bad, with what they're flying around. I love the van. Back in the 70s, late 70s, those vans were everywhere, especially the ones with the big paintings on it. And they used to have the trucks with the back windows that were all shaded with a painting on it. Remember those things? They were everywhere. So that brought me back brought back some memories.
But how many of them were named Guinevere?
Yeah, I don't know. Back then, I wasn't paying attention to the names of the vans. I was paying attention to the pictures. Because some of them had, well, I don't want to say naughty pictures on them, but
And not just the mud flaps.
those 70s, man, those 70s people were crazy. They got away with a lot of stuff. Rabid unicorns. I liked that. All they were like pretty much like the raccoons of today, with everyone just trying to dig into the trash. The Cavern of Wizards. Remember when they first go into they hit the water source and they blow up the big giant Cheeto as their boat?
Yeah.
Going down the first part of that with the Cavern of Wizards, that brought me to Lord of the Rings type of thing. That was like they show all the giant statues of famous wizards, I guess, from their world. That was a cool point. Let's see. Oh, when the curse appears, right? They reach the end of the quest and they grab that what's it called?
Something stone.
The Phoenix Stone.
Yeah.
And the giant dragon comes out, and of course it's right across the street from the high school, right? And what do the kids do? They all break out their phones. Did you guys notice that? They started streaming it or whatever. I thought that was funny. Yeah, I noticed John Ratzenberger as a construction worker at the end. That was funny. I noticed him right away as soon as I heard his voice. I did not notice that it was that lady from Seinfeld's voice. I did not notice her until you guys mentioned it. I was like, oh shoot, Julia Joyce. So, but yeah, that's the main points I had on the movie. But I thought it was a great movie. I had no problem watching it twice within a 3-week period. And I gave it an 8.5.
It's a good film.
Jeff Geek, thank you for your support and for being here.
Also,
I saw Jeff on my stream last week, I think, for the first time, and hope you like what you're watching.
we
Thanks
also had Jane N Travels join us, so welcome.
Welcome.
I'm
sorry. Go ahead.
Did everyone give a score? I would probably give it a. When we were talking, we did on our show last week. We did our top five Pixar movies. I don't know if I would have this in my top 5. Originally, Greg and I were saying, and I gave it a 5 out of 5, but I would probably give it a 9 because there's some other Pixar movies that I like better. But I thought this was a great Pixar movie. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of negative reviews out there, and I was surprised about that. It's not as high as some of the other Pixar movies that were released, but I give it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I would definitely watch it again.
Well, what's the Disney movie that you would give a 10? You said there's other ones out there, so what's the 10 for
Incredible. Both Incredibles were 10s for me.
Ratatouille, absolutely.
Yeah.
I see that.
I think I would put this in my top 5 Pixar films, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot. I liked when I was researching the Easter eggs. Man, there's so much to look at in the background of these films or this film.
Did you get screenshots for us, Jim?
I did. Let's Should
see.
I get into it?
Yeah, let's see.
yes.
All right.
Let's zoom in so we can see.
All right, we'll do
Present
that.
yourself. There you go.
All right, I will. I'll just say I think I'm going to give this movie an 8. I liked it. I had a better appreciation watching it the second time. Like that one time, it wasn't enough. I couldn't see everything. You know, I didn't know what to look for in the background, and now I do. And now this movie's so much fun. Dean, welcome to the show.
I like it the second time better too.
All right, let's see here. I want to not just do this, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see it better.
Welcome,
All right.
Carlos.
Nice.
There you are.
Okay. First, now, when researching the Easter eggs, there are a ton of them, and I would not have time to go over all of them. So what I did was I just stuck to the Disney and Pixar Easter eggs that are in this film. There's a lot of Dungeons and Dragons ones, a lot of Lord of the Rings. There's just a lot of wordplay with medieval terms and products, for example. So let's get into it. First one, where are we? All right, here we go. They have a map, and they're on their way to Ravens Point here. But this map is actually referencing a bit from Brave. Here we have a place called the Brave Wilderness. And down here is a place called Lock Lake, which I guess, and I haven't seen it, is from an animated short called The Ballad of Nessie.
That's like Lake, isn't it?
But also when they're driving toward Ravens Point, there are these giant knocked over stone monoliths, and apparently those are might be from the movie Brave. I don't know, but certainly this is. They get better. Here we go. Next, this sprite. It's hard for you to see, isn't it? Let me try to zoom in here.
See, that looks real, doesn't it? That shelf thing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic. That is Triple Dent gum that the sprite was holding. And that's from the movie Inside Out. And
Oh, yeah.
Triple Dent gum makes an appearance here and also in Ian's bedroom on his shelf. He has a pack of it as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. And what's neat is they don't linger on these things. Like I really had to find a good frame that I could capture so that we could see it best. So it's fun. They put them in there, but they just good luck finding this one. But it's there. All right, next. This one I wasn't familiar with. Is anybody familiar with that logo? It's like a chick's head in a suit of armor helmet.
Oh, from Chicken Little, the Knights? Is that the baseball team?
That's not what I read, but
Oh, okay. All right. I was just throwing it out.
this is the logo of a place called Poultry Palace, and this is from Toy Story 4. It's where the family stopped. It's the fast food place where they stopped on their road trip.
Poultry Palace.
Poultry Palace. I would not have recognized this. I had to look it up. And in Toy Story 4, at Poultry Palace, they have a sign on the window that says "The Sword and the Scone."
Yeah.
And apparently that was in this movie too. There was a reference to the sword and the scone, but I could not find it. But I looked. So that was sort of an Easter egg inside of an Easter egg. I don't really know if that's true. Next.
Poultry pellet.
In just about every Pixar movie is the Pizza Planet delivery truck. But in this movie, I'll move in frame. In this movie, they call it Pizza Realm. They've changed the name to Pizza Realm, and there are signs in the town of Pizza Realm. But that's certainly the same truck.
Jim, doesn't that thing next to the truck look like a place where you scan in your Magic Band to get into the park?
Oh, yeah. Kind of does.
Oh, it does.
It is.
It is. Yes. It's the
It
head.
is. That's a mouse head.
Wow.
How about that?
Holy cow.
Hey, Charlie just found one that we didn't all know about. Awesome.
How about that? Good job, Charlie.
Well, you'd be more familiar with that because I've never been to Disney World when they've had magic bands.
Oh wow,
That's
There we go.
interesting.
good eye. How about that? Moving on. I only have 100 more. No, I don't. Okay, there are a number of references to the Infinity Gauntlet that Thanos wears.
Ha!
Yeah.
Right here, the game is called Gauntlet,
Yeah.
Oh,
and the crane itself is shaped. I can't do this right there. It's hard to see here, but watch the movie again. That looks like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Cool.
And also on what's the brother's name? Chris Pratt's character.
Barley.
What is it?
Barley.
Barley. Yes, on his jean jacket. I'll get back in frame. On his jean jacket, there's a patch that says Gauntlet. There's also a patch with a red skull, which might be a nod to Red Skull from the Marvel Universe.
Ooh,
And
okay.
there's also a patch on there that says, I didn't write it down. I have to remember. Oh, Hydra, which is also a Marvel Cinematic Universe
Yes.
entity.
Wow.
Not that it's also, folklore or mythology, Greek mythology. So I thought that was interesting.
Is the Manticore on a hoverboard too? Is that a?
Oh wow! No, that's a skateboard. Yeah.
Oh,
It looks like a character from the old show called The Banana Split.
I was thinking
Yes, it
that. I
does.
don't know if-
Ah,
does.
I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
That was-
okay. Speaking of the manicure,
The manicure.
the hat that some of the employees are wearing resembles that of Mickey's sorcerer cap,
Yep.
and that's certainly no accident.
Manticore's vest looks like a Walmart vest also.
Kind of does. Or what's the show on NBC?
Oh,
Superstore or something like that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what else we have? Can you look in? Can you see inside the kitchen there? There's there's a cook in the kitchen there.
Yep.
Can you tell who it is?
It's Ratatouille. Yeah.
It's Remy. Yeah.
Oh, that is Remy.
Kidding me? Wow.
Holy cow. Now, Jim, did you read about a bunch of these before you were watching the film and looked for them?
Yes, I found none of these when I watched the movie. I had to cheat and look these up. But I thought that was really cool. I read about it and I got, there's no. How can there just be a rat in this movie and I not notice? But there it was.
Well,
It
hang
said-
on. Hey, up top
said-
there. Do you see up top above Ratatouille? There's a shelf there, and is that Mr. Morrow's hat? From Nate
Oh.
from Paging Mr. Morrow's hat. Looks like his hat.
Let's say it is.
Let's
What were you going to say, Derek?
It says, because I looked this up too, it says he's in the background near a Pixar ball, but I don't see a
Oh.
Pixar ball.
I'm going to get to that. I've got that.
There's another one in that picture.
Real
What?
quick. Take care, big Disney fan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Well,
you so
I-
much for being here.
Wendy Lou, who, hi Wendy. She said turkey leg, and I just saw that. So that's like a
Oh,
nod
yeah.
to the turkey leg at the Disney parks.
Could be.
And
And the name that her Corey's name tag kind of resembles that of a cast member.
That's what I found amusing.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Moving on. I five more. I have five more. In their kitchen, they have some dish detergent. No, liquid dishwashing,
Ah,
and it's called Aurora.
yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sleeping Beauty.
I remember seeing that.
Oh my gosh.
Dishwashing liquid. That's what I meant to say. Why couldn't I say that? I'm not very good at this. All right. Next. What is this? Oh, I've never seen The Good Dinosaur, but apparently this wooden dinosaur resembles that of a character called the Pet Collector.
I never heard of that.
Me either. I haven't seen that film. That's the only Pixar movie I've never seen.
Dinosaur?
No, The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, you haven't seen that yet.
That's what he said.
But I don't
Yes,
remember
that's
anyone called the pet collector in Dinosaur. We've only seen that movie once.
Yeah, I don't know. So, well, okay, maybe I'll remove this one. Forget it. Okay. All right, next. Man, this is difficult to see. But the cap that this character's wearing here
An M.
resembles that of a Monsters Inc. or
Yeah.
Monsters University cap, but I don't remember one with a red letter on it. But it's I know you can't see it very well here, but it looks like it's an MM. And I think there's an eyeball inside the red M. This is a poor. First of all, I enlarged the image to see it better, and then you're watching this through my webcam, and I'm zooming in, so it's not a great quality shot, but
That looks like the Travelocity gnome sitting there on the desk.
it does. Sponsorships everywhere. But this hat can be seen at the beginning of the film in the classroom scene and near the end. But the one at the end is a bit blurred because it's in the foreground and Ian is in focus in the background. All right.
Hi, Blaine.
Welcome.
Hey, Blaine, I hope your test show went well.
Hopefully, yeah.
Said hi to him during our show at the beginning.
He looks a lot like Linguini in this picture too. That guy.
All right. Inside the pawn shop, apparently there are a number of Easter eggs. One, and I could not find these, but what was listed was King Triton's trident. I could not find it.
What?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
In this scene.
No, in this
Oh.
section. Of
I'm
the
all
movie.
trying to look.
No, yeah, not here. Not necessarily here. I've circled the only one I could find.
There was a wall
also-
with their swords on it in the movie.
Swords. Also, Genie's lamp apparently is somewhere in the store.
Wow.
But the one I could find is this necklace that resembles that of the one Ariel was wearing in The Little Mermaid.
Oh,
And again,
Like a seashell.
yeah, you can't see it very well here, but I mean, I can because I'm in the same room as this TV. But that does look like a shell. It is a shell on a necklace. So I thought that was pretty good.
I thought that was from it. Derek's thinking
I'm
this.
joking.
No, but I really thought the one that circle looked like the heart of the ocean from Titanic at first.
Mm.
But then I thought you were pointing at a different one. I'm like,
I
that
was.
one looks like the heart of the ocean.
That one that's a heart. And looking at it, I don't know if there's any Alice in Wonderland connection there, but it's a
Huh.
crown or a tiara or a crown or something with a heart on it. I don't know.
Hi, Tony.
Welcome, Phantasmic Chronicles.
But all those electric guitars, I was wondering if that was a nod to Jack Black. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not.
I think he just really wanted Jack Black to be in this movie.
I really did. I really did. All right, one more. One more. And you had mentioned the Pixar ball somewhere in the restaurant. And it's up there on that shield.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even make that out.
Yeah, again,
I can. Yeah.
How kind of, yeah, a little bit.
let's see how far I can
Pixar
zoom in
ball.
here.
Oh, can you move it? There you go.
A little bit better.
Sure enough.
Star. I see the star.
Hey, this is horrible. All right. All right. So that's it. That's all I had. Plus, there were so many from Lord of the Rings. I'll just name one that I can remember. There was a restaurant called Burgershire.
Yep.
And it was and they had a sign that said now serving second breakfast, which I guess is something that the hobbits
Yeah.
enjoy
Yep.
in the stories. I
Jim,
didn't know
can
that.
you
Seen those
focus?
movies yet?
What's that now?
Have you not seen the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit movies?
I have. I just don't. I saw it once. I just
Oh.
don't remember details like that. What were you saying, Charlie?
There's a blue balloon that you were focused in when you went into the Pixar. The blue balloon. There's a light blue balloon in the front, right there. Yeah, that light blue balloon. Is there a head in there? It kind of looked like Hiss from Robin Hood inside the balloon. And remember when
Oh,
he
I'll zoom in.
zoom in?
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, let's see. I don't think so.
No, maybe not.
It might be a reflection.
That would be cool, huh?
Yeah.
Remember when Hiss was in Robin Hood when Hiss was stuck in the balloon?
Oh yeah, that's
Just
right.
running around.
He's faced that way.
His
look at-
tail with the propeller in the air.
Yeah.
Let's look at all the balloons. No, that's
All
not.
right, yeah.
That's not.
I think it's reaching. Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Balloon was in Monsters Inc. somewhere.
Pepper Tree Villa was saying it looks like one of the electric guitars on the wall could have been from Rock and Roller Coaster, the red and white one.
Oh,
I was thinking it had to be like one of those had to
where
be
was I?
from somewhere, but you never know.
Perhaps I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
there's probably
Some Easter eggs too,
billion.
Eric?
Jim covered them all.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have. But there were so many more. Look them up. It's fun to try to find them in the movie.
Yeah, I thought I saw an orange bird for a second, but then I realized it was your garage. Not on the screen. It was behind you.
Oop.
You got
Orange bird.
Onward. You heard it here
Yeah.
first.
It says here that Stacy says that Avery loves second breakfast.
Oh, and third breakfast and fourth breakfast.
Who doesn't?
Boy.
the thing that no one's mentioned yet in the movie that I thought was really awesome. I didn't even think they were going to do it this way. I thought it was going to be totally different. Was when the spell broke loose and it was going through the school and everything, and it was breaking everything. But then it put it together. It like looked like a transformer coming together. I thought at first the picture of the dragon was actually, going to come to life, but be a bad dragon. And then when it turned its head, you see the face of that dragon on it. And Derek laughed. I was just like, whoa, that's kind of interesting.
Well, and then
Funny when he got mad and his eyebrows went down. That was so funny. I love that.
Roar, the school bell.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, there was another Easter egg, another Disney Easter egg. I didn't have time to get the screen capture of it, but when they're floating on the underground river and he does a fireworks spell, there is a hidden Mickey in the fireworks.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. But then there's a lot of silly jokes, like sight gags at the toll booth. It's by the Underbridge Transit Authority. And a nod to Trolls, and it says you can pay by cash or riddle.
Okay.
Well, we had a lot of likes of the movies. Was there any dislikes of the movies that we thought could have been better or that you just didn't like at all, that you wish weren't in the movie?
I did have questions and concerns note section in my.
Lay it on us.
One was why did the Phoenix gem blow up in the beginning? In other words, the second one didn't blow up; it floated around. But the first one, why did it blow up? You would think it would have just. I don't understand why that blew up.
Maybe
Ian couldn't harness the power correctly.
well, I think Barley had something to do with interfering with it because he said, I can help. And then he went and tried to help. And then the whole thing just went haywire. So
But then he did help on the second one.
he just pushed him to hold his ground. But I think he was trying to grab the staff and do stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I thought he messed it up. Kind of like he did in Avengers, he got mad that Gamora died, and then they could have had that gauntlet right there, and that would have been the end of it.
Yeah, that's a whole other show.
Yeah, Chris Pratt messing things up. Was there anything that you didn't like,
Well,
or any of you guys?
Charlie has a list.
Oh yeah, well, and the other thing that is not really a complaint, I guess, was they had a second stone. Why didn't they just wait for the first one to drop off, but to go away, and then use a whole brand new spell again with the second stone that they got? We could have had a whole other day with them, or was it said somewhere that I missed that spell can only be used once?
They say that right at the very beginning when the spell started.
They can only use it once?
Yes.
Really? All
Per
right.
person.
All right, and I'm done. Well, I had questions, but the questions I already answered. I had asked before. The comparisons with John Krasinski and whatnot. But those I didn't have any many complaints about this movie. I liked it a lot. So
What do you got, Derek? Gregory?
I don't really know if I have any complaints about it. So I don't really have anything.
Well, I don't have a complaint, but I didn't like that when they finally got the father's whole body together and he was there, that he didn't have much time with him, and that he was there to say, bye for now and laugh with him a little bit, but he didn't. I'm sure he had so many questions that he would have wanted to ask, or so many things that he'd want to say, and he only had maybe 5 minutes, if that, to do that. And then Ian didn't have any time, but Ian kind of thought, well, my mom is my father and my mom, because that's what he grew up, that's what he knows. So he wasn't really missing anything. He just missed the fact that he just never met his father, but he didn't know any different. Not like Barley. Barley knew his father and had memories. So I think that they didn't have that much time was one of the things that I was kind of upset with. And it was frustrating throughout the movie at times too, when things were going wrong. And I just had to say to myself, it's Disney, it's going to end well in the end of the movie. But like, so many things were going on. It was just a crazy ride, but probably just that they didn't have that much time in the end. But I guess that was the whole point.
Yeah,
that time was clicking by, and
You got to keep going onward.
but there were so many.
Well
there,
played,
I'm sure
Derek.
there were so many
Well played.
things that he would have wanted to say. So
I guess if I had an issue, it's why wouldn't the brothers include mom in the quest? Certainly she wants to see him too.
She's got new candy at home. She's got the big horse guy.
or
I guess, but certainly she still loves him and would want to see him again, if not, briefly anyway.
Yeah. It would
So
be-
I just wondered, well, what about her feelings? And
well, even when she found out that they were doing it, she said, "Go see your father." She didn't seem like she had the want of seeing him. She wanted the kids to see him.
Well, she
more.
had already moved on from him, but
Yeah.
the children still had.
She had her time of closure with him already, whereas Barley did not.
Yeah.
yeah,
Although
good point. Yeah.
I did laugh at the part at the end with the centaur where she said something like, don't forget the car or something. And he said, I don't need wheels. And then he like takes his head off and he has this long flowing Fabio looking hair. You were just
No, that's pretty good.
laughing. I'm like, that kind of doesn't go with the rest of his look, but maybe he'll get into shape. I don't know.
Yeah, at the end of the wrap up, Ian's back in the classroom, and it's like maybe a show and tell moment, and he's showing off his magic staff, and a student says, "Is that the staff that you used to rebuild the school?" "Yes, it is." "Is this the staff also used to destroy the school?" Yeah, it is. But that got me thinking, oh, this guy's a full-fledged wizard now. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that. I wouldn't
It might
mind
make
seeing more
sequel.
story. Yeah,
I'm sure
that'd be
they'll do a
cool.
sequel.
Who knows?
part 2.
Or a Disney Plus series. Who knows?
Possibly.
Whatever.
I think
Well,
I'd rather have a movie sequel, but that's just me.
Well, I gave it an 8. Greg gave it a 10. What did we all give it?
I gave it a 7.5.
7.5. Charlie?
8.5.
8.5. Derek?
9.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice.
That was cool. Yeah,
I
I
recommended then, right?
I like this movie better the second time I watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Derek had me wait for the end of the credits like he always does, because there could have been something, but there wasn't. So you just never know nowadays.
Awesome. Shall we move on now to trivia?
Yeah.
We have all come up. We've all
Let's see Onward, everybody.
we've all come up with 5 trivia questions that we will be asking each other.
Now, my questions don't. They're not around based on Onward. They're based on Disney stuff.
General Disney questions.
That's
Yes.
exactly
Okay.
what it's supposed to be.
All right.
Cool.
Oh, great. I used all of them from the movie. No, I'm kidding. I didn't.
Well, that's fine.
Well, so
Did.
be it. We all watched it. Probably do well.
Apparently, I did 6. I guess I thought I did 5, but I did 6.
You can only do 4,
That's fine. I'll have an extra to choose from.
but I did 6 too.
All right. Now we're somebody will ask a question, and the rest of us will write down our answers, and we'll all hold them up, newlywed game style.
Like
All right,
last time.
And to see how well
write
we
our
do.
A card.
Yeah. Are we keeping score?
Yeah.
All right. That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, good.
I don't know if I trust him keeping score.
I've
He's
got-
a little sketchy.
I got
you know?
15.
As long as he doesn't fall asleep in the middle of our game, we're fine.
I make sure he doesn't fall asleep at
My goal is to get 1 this time. Let's get 1. Please.
Who's going to go through their questions first?
Want me to go first?
Sure.
Yeah, go for it,
Charlie.
Charlie.
All right. I tried to make them not too hard.
I will share.
No, I get it.
I tried to make mine as hard as possible.
All right. In the movie Dumbo, who is the first animal in Dumbo, the movie Dumbo, to receive a baby from the storks?
Oh my
The
God.
cartoon, right?
I'm sorry?
The cartoon movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Dumbo, yes. I didn't watch the other one.
Okay.
I haven't seen Dumbo in years.
And you made these easy, Charlie. That's what you're telling us.
You made them hard too, Jim.
They get easier. Yes.
Okay.
In the movie Dumbo, who is the first animal to receive a baby from the storks?
Let's see.
Yeah, this one isn't that easy, probably. I would not have gotten it, probably. But
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I just guessed too.
Wendy, absolutely. Everyone can guess.
everyone can guess.
Okay, I got
Yes,
mine.
please play along.
Wait, but you guys can't look at the chats though, right?
I just saw that.
I won't. Honor system. I won't. I won't
I
be
put
looking
it
at
on
it.
private chat so that we can't
I
look at
want to
it.
know.
Yeah, I want to try to answer these on my own.
You want to know what?
I won't cheat.
Then why does
already
it
wrote my
matter if we put it on private chat?
All right, are we ready to reveal?
You guys ready to reveal? Go
All
right
right.
ahead.
3, 2, 1.
Bears, monkeys,
Giraffe and stork.
storks and giraffes. The answer is Mrs. Bear. So I guess.
Oh, Jim! Hey!
Bear.
How about that?
Jim Tally.
Jim Lewis.
Make sure you keep score now.
Awesome.
So
All right.
I'm just going to cross my answers off so I don't waste cards. I'll just use the same card.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing the same thing.
All right. So the next question: where does Finding Nemo take place?
How specific do we need to be?
I don't know.
Are we talking about a region or are we talking about in a spot?
A planet?
Well, it has a vast area that it takes place in, really.
Yeah, I'm pretty vague with this answer, so I'm pretty open with what you guys. If you guys are pretty close to what the answer is, then I say we give you guys credit. But where does the movie Nemo take
Right.
place?
I think I'll get credit for this one.
I think I will too.
All right, 3. Wait,
No.
are we ready? Are we ready? No, we're not ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Sydney, Australia, South Pacific Ocean, Australia. All right, so the answer is the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Queensland, Australia. So I think probably Australia is close enough. I'm not sure about the ocean. I think that's maybe a little too vague, maybe.
Give
But then
Jim a
again,
point.
yeah, give him like half points.
Ben, and then Ben, what did you have?
I had South Pacific Ocean.
Sydney, Australia, South Pacific Ocean is in the right vicinity.
Because you have to remember that they went on the EAC, which was not necessarily the Great Barrier Reef.
Correct.
I think we should all get points for this one.
And they were in the dentist office. How about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were.
Just give us
Good
all-
one. I like that question because everybody no matter what you answer, we
Yeah,
can
it's a broad
rationalize that it's
answer.
correct.
I don't know. I think it's a natural that it was in the water. It didn't happen in space.
Well, it did happen on land also. So if you want to get that technical, I think we should all
It did not happen in the Indian Ocean. It did not happen in the Arctic.
All right.
All right, moving
Don't
on.
worry about it. We'll move on. That's a failure on my part.
Yeah, I got a point.
So let's see real quick. Alyssa said ocean. Sydney K. Atwood said Barrier Reef. Jeff Geek said Australian reefs.
What is that? Igor.
Wendy Lou says 1 point for East Australian current.
What's Igor got?
That's I don't know.
I think it's probably forgot.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I guess. All righty. Next question, Charlie.
What kind of wood is Pinocchio made of?
Oh,
What kind of wood is Pinocchio made of?
Oh my gosh.
Um,
And I will not accept from the forest or from a tree or
Yeah.
Tree wood.
tree wood.
All right, we ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ash, pine, oak, and Gregory gets it with oak.
Wow.
wow.
I was thinking of baseball bats.
Okay.
I think you would like my original answer.
Yeah,
so-
no, but I'm sure everybody saw you mouth your word
No,
that you
did
said.
not.
All I
did,
saw
I
was
missed
that he went on mute.
All
But
right.
I think he's probably earned a slap later on.
We have
Get that
pine,
on, slap right now. No.
pine, mahogany.
Mahogany. Wow,
That's
that's cool.
Orlando.
Orlando.
Orlando Wood.
Oh, or hey, let's look at what Pepper Trevilla said. It says, "Little puppet made of pine, arise! The gift of life is thine."
I don't know, but this thing said oak.
What thing?
Is it pine oak?
The question that I got, I don't know. Little puppet.
Because
Made,
that was
yeah.
if
don't know, man.
Arnie is correct, then that is what the Blue Fairy said.
Yeah, that is what she said. Who got pine?
Well,
Derek and I said pine.
I guess everybody gets a point then.
Good point
I
here.
don't know, man. That's not what this site said. Should we research it? Just because it says the poem is just for a rhyme doesn't
Just
mean-
because it's in the script of the movie.
doesn't mean just because it's rhymes, man.
Hey, little puppet made of pine.
Give
Oh,
point a pint. Give pine a point.
Because oak didn't rhyme, man. Come on.
Or how
Next.
about little puppet? This ain't no joke. Arise! You're made of oak.
That's awesome. Where were you, man? Where were you back when they were
Wow.
making the movie?
Not very enchanting.
Yeah, just like Shakespeare.
I don't care. You guys can give yourselves 10 points. I don't care.
All right.
Yay.
All right, you guys ready for the next incorrect question and answer?
Yes.
Which ride is at every Disney park? All six.
Wait a minute. Every Magic Kingdom like park, I'm guessing, is what you're saying.
The question was which
Okay.
ride is at every Disney park? So I'm imagining it's probably like, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Like that, I
All
imagine.
right.
Is there really just one answer though?
That's what this. I don't know. Unless I went to. It was on the internet. It must be true.
Can't argue with that.
At every Disney park?
Yeah. Supposedly.
I put what I thought. And technically.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
It's a small world. It's a small world. Space Mountain something and monorail. All right. So this questionnaire, whether it's right or wrong, they had Dumbo the Flying Elephant is in every single all 6 of the Disney parks. So I guess maybe they don't have It's a Small World in one of the parks.
Possibly.
They don't.
Perhaps.
Yeah, there are some, I guess, cultural differences. So maybe
So
that's right.
No one did.
No points.
No points for that one. Okay. And
One more?
then again, the question here could be wrong. Who knows? What is? Are you guys ready for the last one?
Yes.
What is the most popular food at the Disney parks? Now think of probably quantities in all of the Disney parks. I imagine it's probably as a whole. What's the most popular food? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
3,
Display your
2, 1.
answers. Popcorn, hot dog, and I can't read.
Turkey leg.
Turkey leg.
Leg. I guess the most popular food at the Disney parks is the Mickey-shaped ice cream bar. They sell over 3 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah, but if you count each popcorn piece, that adds more.
No.
I agree with that, man.
That's a great point. That's what I was thinking.
We were at
All
the-
right. So, anyways, my poor display of questions and answers. I apologize.
No, not at all. They were
Let's
great.
move on. Let's move on.
Like it.
Who's next?
I'm seeing what they're saying in chat. So Kay Atwood said Pinocchio is the word for pine. Wendy said pine and oak composite. So some of the
Nice.
attractions,
It's very diplomatic.
some of the attractions were Haunted Mansion,
Did
Pirates,
they have
Haunted Mansion.
composite back then?
We have a new someone who joined us. I'm going to say the last name wrong. J.M. Zostis.
Oh, that's Jev from earlier. Looks like he had to switch accounts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, welcome back.
Yes. And then popcorn. A lot of people were saying popcorn are some of the ones. Rice Krispie
I
treats.
love Disneyland popcorn.
Yeah.
It's really
Alyssa
good.
kind of got it. I've Carm Bar.
The smell alone,
Autocorrects.
it's just wrong that they make the smell of popcorn waft all over the place because they know people are going to buy it.
All right. So the scoring
Drink too because they're so thirsty afterwards. You know.
Yeah.
scoring after the first round is Jim and Greg are tied with 3,
Woohoo!
and Ben and I are tied with 2.
Woohoo!
All right,
Who's next?
Jim.
Okay.
Or Jen?
All right. Here we go.
Good luck, Jim.
Disney. Thank you. Disney legend. Disney legend Paul Frees is perhaps best known as the voice of the ghost host in the Haunted Mansion, but he's served as an actor in many Disney films. In what movie did he have a dual role as both the film's narrator and an acting role as a psychiatrist named J.W. Galvin? So he was the film's narrator, and he played a psychiatrist.
This is a live movie or not animated?
Maybe.
Is this-
I can say it's a live action film, yes.
Must be a classic I haven't seen yet.
Did you say
I will
what?
also say he passed away in 1986.
You said it's a live action?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Ooh.
Let me know when you're ready.
When did he pass away?
86. Oh.
Well, I've heard that already, sir. Or that.
All right.
Did anybody put an answer?
I did.
I don't know.
I have an
All right.
answer.
All right, ready?
Really comfortable with this.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Reveal your answers. Shaggy Dog. I see Nutty Professor. Greg refused to answer, and
Answer,
a question mark.
Ben.
Charlie is correct. It is the
Oh
Shaggy
my
Dog.
god!
Wow.
That's the only one I know.
Pepper Tree.
Live action before like
I see Pepper
1980
Tree
something.
Villa also gets that. Alyssa Stenberg also has the Shaggy Dog.
I've seen.
Hey, I got the answer right.
The
Good
new
job.
Dog, but not the old Shaggy Dog.
Just like my wild stab in the dark got a correct answer for Charlie's first question, his wild stab in the dark got a correct answer for my first question.
See, I was confident with my answer. That
I don't remember your first stab.
that it was going to be wrong.
What was your answer?
Shaggy Dog.
No, his.
It was the Dumbo in the storm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Bear, Mrs. Bear.
All right. Ready for my second question? Here we go. Walt Disney fell into the habit of smoking when he was an ambulance driver in France during the First World War. He smoked both a pipe and his favorite brand of cigarettes, which was what? What was Walt Disney's favorite brand of cigarettes?
Are you using a lifeline, Charlie? I heard Stacy in the back.
She was asking me if we could take a tub. He likes to take a tub, so he's. I said yes.
Hi, Stacy.
Yes, you can. Wash your hair.
Giving you
Hi,
bad.
Richard.
Welcome, Richard.
Welcome. I just need to get a sip of water here. Mm.
Wow.
All right, ready for the reveal? 3, 2, 1. Reveal your answers. Let's see, Cool, Chesterfield, Marlboro. A couple of Marlboros.
Yep.
I see Marlboro. Is that how you say? I've never smoked in my life.
Marlboro.
Kay Atwood says Lucky Strike. Pepper Tree Villa says Lucky Strike. The correct answer is Lucky Strike.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Never
Well
heard of
done.
business by now.
Good job, chat.
None of us
How
got
about
it.
that? All right. Okay. Question 3 for me.
Mary Ellen Shaw says, Greg. Welcome, Mary. Greg is copying
Welcome.
this one.
Question 3. Not including wait times. Which Magic Kingdom attraction lasts longest? Which Magic Kingdom attraction lasts longest?
You talking about rides or attraction?
Said attraction.
All
I said attractions.
That attraction.
Oh, attraction could be a parade.
Is this on a Saturday compared to a Monday?
Stop
Or is
it.
Oh, okay.
I will say it is not a parade. Don't put parade.
So it's a ride. Okay.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
Don't give any hints.
the longest.
No, I'm going to change it.
Uh-oh.
If I can spell it. Okay.
Well, then mine must be wrong if you're having a problem spelling yours.
Are you ready?
Yep. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Reveal.
Cough.
See, we have Carousel of Progress, Hall of Presidents, the Railroad. Greg, what's yours?
Train.
The train. The correct answer is Hall of Presidents.
Hey!
The current iteration lasts 21 minutes and 35 seconds. It is about a minute and a half longer than Carousel of Progress.
But wait, how long does it take to go around the park? It takes longer than 21 minutes.
That's
It
like
takes about
31
20 minutes.
31
It takes about 20 minutes.
Wow.
Not including wait times. Not including wait times.
Darn.
That
the
depends on
longest-
how many Red Bulls the train conductor has had.
That's correct. The longest ride is Splash Mountain, a little over 10 minutes.
Wow.
All right.
I believe that. Man.
Question 4.
Welcome
What's that,
to
Greg?
Dan.
All right, Disney Dan, welcome to the show. A little bit of Disney trivia.
Come in,
Here.
Disney Dan.
Here we go. Question 4. The Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop in Disneyland has a unique feature that inspired a character in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. What is that feature?
What?
The Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop in Disneyland has a unique feature that inspired a character in the Pirates of the... I guess it's maybe not a Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop. It's the gift shop after the ride. Does that make
So what
sense?
What are we looking for?
There is a I'm sorry. There is a chandelier in the gift shop. On the chandelier, there's a unique feature that inspired a character in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. What is the feature on the chandelier?
It inspired a character? What the heck?
It's been so long since I've seen any of the movies.
Yeah, I can only think of one character, so I'm going with that.
When are you familiar with the chandelier?
No. I guess we don't look up too much when we're in the store.
I've never been.
All right. Are you ready? Are we ready?
I have my
Three.
answer.
3,
Well-
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to SureNet 60.
Okay, bootstrap, the question mark. We've got a monkey and
Marcus.
nothing for Greg. Let's see. The chat, the medallion, shrunken head, the dog. The correct answer is a monkey.
Oh my
And that,
Hey,
that inspired
Wow.
Jack the monkey, Barbossa's monkey.
Oh,
That was a huge guess.
A huge guess. Did you spell
Well
the word
done.
right?
Yes, it
Was
did.
that monkey wearing a bootstrap by any chance?
No. All right, my final question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you put a point? Okay.
In the 1930 cartoon The Picnic, Minnie introduces Pluto as her new dog, but he had a different name. What was it? What was Pluto's original name?
Oh, I didn't know he had an original name. I thought that was his name. I don't.
The following, I'll say this, the following year in 1931, they renamed him, of course. He became Mickey's pet and was called Pluto from then on.
How she couldn't take care of him?
She was actually given another pet. I don't remember that one's name, but Pluto had a different name. We ready?
yeah.
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1, reveal. Let's see, Rover, Fido, Rex.
Don't have one. I can't. think.
Okay, I also see Fido in the chat. Rover, Saturn. Oh, good one, Disney fan. Sticking with the astronomy. Willie. All right, the correct answer is Rover.
Oh,
Let's go.
Oh,
It's gotta be
Charlie.
some kind of record.
nice work.
She introduced her pet as Rover, and then in the movie or in the animated cartoon called The Moose Hunt, the following year he was renamed Pluto and became Mickey's pet.
Wow.
Hello, Walt. Welcome to the show.
And
All right.
He was named after the planet, wasn't he? Because it had just recently been discovered.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no doubt. I think you're right. That makes sense. I don't know if you're right, but that makes sense. Yeah. After 2 rounds, what's the score here?
It is
Lots of ties.
Jim, Ben, Greg, me. 3 points. Charlie right behind it too.
Wow.
Charlie, you could do it.
Okay, I'll go next.
I gotta get
All
my
right.
glasses on. My thinking cap.
All right.
Oh, Ben's going next. Hang on. I gotta get my
Uh-oh.
I just put a question mark for my answers because
no,
Ben's are intellectual questions about things that we don't know about Disney. Don't be trying to bribe him with
I
a
am
No, it
stepping
didn't
up
work
the time.
before.
There
It's
we
not
are.
going to work now.
All right.
All right.
It's all right.
All right.
Wayne, we'll catch up.
First question. What year did Walt Disney arrive in Los Angeles?
I'll just guess. No, that's not right.
Are you ready?
No, wait.
This is probably not right either, but oh well.
My
Yeah,
gut.
mine's a guess. Is he counting? He's counting to himself. What's he doing? He's
doing-
counting backwards.
I'm gonna go with this one.
All right.
Channeling
Okay.
the calendar.
All
Okay, let's see your answers.
right, here we go.
1925, 1933, 1915, and 1927. The correct answer is 1923.
Oh,
1920s, but oh well.
Jim.
Greg loses a
That was
point.
close.
I don't
Just
lose.
a guess.
Oh, you can't lose points.
That was a bad answer.
what yours was too.
Okay, next question. What Disney film from 1950 is credited as the studio's first full live action film?
Full live action.
Yeah. They had done some live action films prior, but they'd had elements of animation in them. This one was its first full length live action film. Not documentary, but film. Scripted film.
My only shot.
Huh?
This is my only shot. I have no clue whether if it's not this one. I have no clue.
Already?
I'm not very confident in this one either.
Now I'm thinking of another one, but I'm going to stick with this one.
All right. I don't think this is right, but okay.
Okay, I got this actually from the Daily Dose of Disney, so Arnie would be credited with this one. The answer is Treasure Island. Let's see your answers.
Woohoo! I got it.
Did you really? Yes, you did. What was Derek's answer?
2,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
I was
Uh,
after, but I stayed with what I had.
Nice. So Greg gets a point.
that was a good one.
For the one that he lost previously.
I didn't lose a point.
We also had
Woohoo! I'm in the lead.
Alyssa, Rachel, and of course Pepper Tree Villa.
I haven't seen that movie. Now I gotta watch it. I've seen Treasure Island.
It was good.
All right. We're ready with the next question.
Right.
Yep.
All right. What female television star is a co-writer of the upcoming Pixar film Soul?
One more time in English.
That wasn't.
What female television star is a co-writer of the upcoming Pixar film Soul? Soul. That's coming out this summer.
Teams.
Or at least it's scheduled to come out this summer. Who knows what will happen?
Yeah.
Female television star is a co-writer.
Okay.
I have no idea. I can't even guess.
I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
I'm ready for this one.
Let's see your answers. Amy Poehler, Rashida Jones, Oprah Winfrey.
I don't
Greg, do you have an answer?
know.
Okay, the actual answer was guessed by Pepper Tree Villa. It's Tina Fey.
Wow.
Oh, I was gonna say Tina Fey too, but I went with the ball. Oh, geez.
Who knew they had?
Oh my gosh. Dude. Everybody has.
Okay.
Alyssa had and Pepper Tree Villa had Tina Fey.
Greg, if you don't get the answer to this question, then I will be shocked. Next question. What is the name of the riverboat at Disneyland that cruises around the rivers of America?
Why him and not me?
Because I didn't have an answer for the
Yeah,
last.
he's been answer challenged for a couple of questions today.
Oh, thanks for putting that lightly.
I was too. I have not been able to guess on a few of them. What is the name of the riverboat at Disneyland that cruises around on the rivers of America? Do y'all have your answers?
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Mark Twain.
Everyone gets a point.
Woohoo!
Very nice.
Lucky, that's the only one I know.
Wendy Lou who said Bob.
Bob.
Mark's brother.
Columbia. That's the pirate ship.
Okay, and I've got my last question here. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Which Disney CEO dedicated Epcot Center in 1982? What was the name of this Disney CEO that dedicated Epcot Center in 1982?
Oh my gosh, I can't think of see his face, but I can't think of his name. If it's the right person.
Ready?
Sorta.
I can't think of his name. I can't think of it.
Let's see the answers.
Oh, I got it wrong.
The one before Eisner, Miller, and did you have one, Greg?
I was thinking of Eisner. That's what I couldn't remember, but I was wrong anyway.
And actually, the one before Eisner was Ron Miller, and that is incorrect. The name is Card Walker.
Oh yeah.
That was before I was around, so. What? What'd you do?
No, wait.
Eisner was my error for Disney.
Yeah, but you know questions on Mickey Mouse, so you can't fall back on that. That
I'm
means
just
you
saying
don't know anything before the year you were
As
born.
far as the CEO, I don't know anything before I was born. Oh my god, I wasn't born. Okay, next.
Gregory,
I graduated
Rachel,
high school.
Rachel wants Gregory to say "Wahoo" longer, please.
Wahoo!
All right.
There you go.
All right.
Had Amy at AJC TV joined us. Thank you. And
Welcome.
More of a woohoo, but okay.
okay,
You go.
so after 3 rounds, Greg's leading the way with 5.
Woohoo!
Jim and I have 4. Ben and Charlie have 3.
All right. Okay, now, do you two have just one
Yeah.
set of questions, or you each have 5?
We have 5
We each have 5. You go.
Excellent. All
Cool.
right, let's go.
Okay, and then I'm going to save one that we might have to use as a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Nice.
I have an extra one also.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of Disney parks in the world, a lot of attractions. In the entire world, what Disney attraction is the fastest in the world?
What?
So what's the fastest Disney attraction in the world?
In the what?
Where,
I got him. Wowed. Let's see. He has problems saying that word, but it's funny. It's not. I think it's this.
Rachel now wants Derek to say "Wahoo."
Wahoo.
Good. All right. I'm ready.
All right. What's your answers? Why are you doing that to me when Incredicoaster, Mission
What do you
Space?
mean? What am I doing? So they can see what I put.
What did you put?
I put Space Mountain. I forgot about Incredicoaster.
Okay. All right. So these are the top 5. Well, 5 and 6 are the same. The Incredicoaster and the monorail, they go 55 miles an hour. Rock and Roller Coaster is number 4 at 57. Summit Plummet
I forgot about that.
is 60 miles an hour. Tron Cycle is number 2 at 60.3 miles per hour.
Wow.
And 1 is Test Track at 64.9 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh.
Track.
Like
I
Pepper,
almost put Test Track too. I was like, oh.
Pepper Trivella,
None of us
Rachel S.
got it.
Disney, and Alyssa Stenberg got that. Okay.
Horrible. We're horrible.
So next one is
and I'm not looking. I'm looking straight ahead. I can't see his cards.
Okay. So of these 4 attractions at Disneyland, which one is the oldest? The Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Space Mountain. So which one of those 4 attractions is the oldest at Disneyland Park? So Anaheim, California. Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Space Mountain.
Ready.
Probably wrong on this.
Welcome, MGM Family Travel. Okay, what do you guys have?
I put Pinocchio.
Pirates, Pinocchio, Pirates, and Pinocchio. All right. So the oldest one is Pirates of the Caribbean.
1967. Haunted Mansion opened in 1969. Space Mountain opened in 1977, and Pinocchio's Daring Journey opened with the New Fantasyland in 1983.
Oh,
You
Ben,
rock. Good job. All right. So now for the Magic Kingdom,
We tried, Jim.
Attractions.
We tried.
for you, Chuck. So we're going to do the oldest. Which one of these four is the oldest in Magic Kingdom? The Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, or the Astro Orbiter?
Is this a trick question?
Say them again.
So which one of these of these four attractions are the oldest? The People Mover, Tomorrowland Transit Authority. So that's one. Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and Astro Orbiter. So this is in Walt Disney World at Magic Kingdom.
I'm ready.
Hi,
Yep.
Tiff. Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What do we have? TTA, Big Thunder, Space
People- I
Mountain,
put People Mover.
People Mover. All right. This is very close, but the oldest one is Space Mountain. It opened January 15th, 1975. The same year, the People Mover opened on July 1st, 1975.
Wow.
And then Big Thunder Mountain Railroad opened September 23rd, 1980. And the Astro Orbiter
Way
opened,
off.
actually surprised me. Astro Orbiter opened 2/25/1995. So it must have been when they rethemed the land there.
So
Uh,
no one got Space Mountain?
Ben did.
Okay.
So Ben and Greg are currently tied.
Wow.
All right. So that is. I've done 3, right? Yeah. Okay. So, what year did Goofy? What year did he debut?
What year did Goofy
Yeah, in
debut?
the animated cartoons. Let's see. Did anyone get that?
I was putting here. I don't know. You all ready?
Okay.
Showing?
31, 25,
I put
31,
1931.
32. Ben got it right.
Oh,
Wow.
So,
Ben broke a tie.
yes. Yeah.
Short-lived tie with me and Ben and I.
So he actually was originally the Dippy Dog, and then later that same year he was reimagined as a younger character, now called Goofy, in the short The Whoopie Party. So 1932. Good job. Ben is in the lead now. All right, the last one. In Winnie the Pooh, Disney released 3 featurettes based on Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree.
Wait, say it again?
There's 3. Disney released 3 featurettes when Winnie the Pooh was first introduced. They released 3 featurettes based on Winnie the Pooh. They were called Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. What year did Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree? What year was it released?
I'm just putting something.
Wendy, which one? Sorry, did I miss you, Wendy? Did you get the answer?
He's looking for the year that the Honey Tree was
Yes.
released.
Yep.
He probably threw people off by naming all 3 shows when he could have just shortened it. But whatever.
You know what?
I disagree. It was a well phrased question.
Thank you.
It was a nice
All right.
question.
So, what are your answers?
So in other words, Ben's got it right? Yeah, probably.
I put 1962.
Actually, it is 1966.
Oh wow!
Oh, we're all wrong.
So the first one was
Not
released
Kay Atwood.
as
Very good, Kay.
Okay.
Good.
so it was released. The Honey Tree was released in 1966. A Blustery Day was in 1968, and Tigger 2 was in 1974.
Oh, I thought you said the Honey Tree Part 2.
Right.
I gotta do better.
One more question. So now I have no chance of winning because now I have to ask the questions. So I'm out of the race now.
Yeah, but at least you won't lose.
Not necessarily.
I doubt I'm gonna go
I
five.
am
and five
losing
here.
because Ben's
So
ahead,
Ben's got 6, Greg has 5, and the rest of us are at 4.
and I'm not. I won't be moving anymore. Okay, what was the name of Maleficent's pet raven?
And GM Family Travel says they're getting them all right with the help of their friends Google.
Welcome back, Big Noah. I need to scan the book. Gosh darn this thing.
All right.
Can I get my sad music ready?
Are we all ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm wrong.
What? Midnight? And Ben is right. Diablo.
Ben is right. He said it. Can't take it back.
No. Ben got it.
All right.
There's
All
a
right.
lot of people that got it in the chat too. So congratulations to everyone that
Awesome.
got it. Yeah. I like Midnight better.
I like Ben.
This one might
do
be a
too.
little hard.
This one might be hard.
It might be. Okay, this might be harder for you. Sorry. Who voices Remy in Ratatouille?
I know what he looks like. I can't know his name. What the hell?
Gosh, I can see him. Dang it!
Rachel already said Wahoo. I went Wahoo.
No more Wahoos for now. I'm sorry.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
You're looking at the chat.
I already put my answer down.
And I already see the right answer.
Yeah, I
okay,
think I did see it
everybody
too.
ready?
Yes.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. You're not looking, so that's good. Derek, you're wrong. Ben got it right. Jim got it right.
Was he American?
That's his name. It's the matchmaker guy from Walter Mitty. Patton Oswalt. That's it. Dang it.
Was
Did I get half a point?
he American?
Huh?
He was an American, right?
Yeah.
So I put some American guy.
Oh my gosh, Derek. Okay, so Jim and Ben got it. Along with everybody else that got it right. All right.
I couldn't think of his name.
Okay, this one might be hard too.
Wah, wah, wah.
What old movie classic is Wall seen watching?
Is what?
Wally seen watching.
Oh, I know that one.
Wally is watching an old movie classic.
But everyone else knows that one too. Everybody knows that one.
I'm not sure that I do.
I don't know it.
I do.
I wouldn't expect anything else from you, Ben.
Oh, wow.
It's not my
no, I did not get
particular
this right.
film, but
Yeah, man.
What was yours? Lassie? Oh my gosh. So Charlie and Ben both got it right. Woo! Dolly.
Other side. There you go.
That was cool. Wow. Did you put their points?
Yes, I'm in last place.
And Ben is leading. All right. What was the biggest challenge that animators faced in the process of creating the movie Brave?
Can the answer be clean? Or can it be clean?
I hope the answer is clean. We're on a family show here. So
One more time.
what was the biggest challenge that animators faced in the process of creating the movie Brave?
I'm ready.
I am too. Hey, Jonathan.
This is the look of confidence.
Seeing that too.
Of course, Arnie would know that.
You almost ready?
Yeah. I'm
Is
ready.
Derek
Derek's
Asleep.
thinking. He's pondering.
best 2 hour sleep he's had? It's right now.
I could give a hint if that helps.
No, it's fine.
No. I don't care.
Are we showing?
I'm ready. Ready?
Excuse me. What did you put, Derek?
Hair, our cost.
Merida's hair. Oh my God! All three of you guys got it right. Merida's hair.
Woohoo!
My hint would have been it's something red. That would have helped, but anybody else get it? Oh yeah, we got some others in the chat.
Yep.
Hey, my last question. I do have an extra if we need to do it, or just for giggles. What was the name of? And if no one gets this, I'm going to be surprised. What was the name of the toy store in Toy Story 2? Think, Derek, of the characters.
It's the Chicken Man.
No hints. No hints.
Wow, Ben.
I don't think that's a hint.
Where
Oh,
you,
I think I
save a buck.
think I added an extra word.
All right, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Questions, Greg. That's all I could say. Bad questions.
Whatever. Okay, go ahead.
I suck.
What is that?
Pete's Barn.
Al's Toy Bar. Oh, okay, all three of you got it right. Wow.
Did I really though? I added a word. I didn't mean to, but I wasn't sure. For some reason I thought it was Big Al. It
Big, so Big Al. Yeah.
was
Okay.
big.
He was
Played a big part in the movie.
Big. He was
You're trying to cover up a word.
So I went from winning trivia last time to
So
being
Ben won.
in last place.
These are. This is the outcome. Ben won.
Holy cow, 11. That's not bad.
Good
That's
job.
awesome.
Way to go.
Did I tie Jim?
You did. You both
That's a
had
victory in my book. That's a victory. Jim's with the smile.
Here's the next.
Yeah, what was the tiebreaker question? The potential tiebreaker question.
A reoccurring pizza brand shows up in numerous Disney Pixar films. What was the fictional brand?
Oh, Pizza Planet?
Yeah.
There you go.
Or Pizza Realm in
Or
Onward.
Pizza Realm.
Pizza Planet.
Right.
Okay.
I need a new Sharpie. I'm getting black all over my finger.
All right. Another one here. Walt Disney liked to put the names on the windows on Main Street, USA.
Oh.
In the Magic Kingdom alone, there's 3 spots on Main Street that has his name on it. What 2 other Disneyland parks have Walt's Disney name on a window?
What 2 other parks
Disneyland.
have Walt's name?
On a window besides
On a
Magic
window.
So
Um,
you have a choice of Tokyo, Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Shanghai China. And choose.
I would turn down Shanghai because it's based on Mickey as opposed to it's Mickey Avenue. It's not a main street. So I don't know that it would be there. My guess would be Disneyland in California and Tokyo.
Okay, Charlie.
I missed the question. Sorry.
Yeah, Walt Disney has his name on windows in the parks of the Disneyland sister parks. Besides the Magic Kingdom, what 2 other Disneyland parks has his name on it?
I would say Disneyland Tokyo and Disneyland Paris.
Okay, Jim.
I would say Disneyland in Anaheim and Paris.
Okay, Ben. What was yours?
Disneyland in California and Tokyo.
Oh, I thought you said Disneyland,
Would be
California. Okay.
Disneyland and also Disney Paris.
Jim and Greg got it. It's Disney. In Disneyland, it's on the Main Street Cinema. In Disneyland Paris, it's above Delicious Sweets.
Nice.
In Disney.
Disneyland Paris.
Okay.
In Disneyland, it's
Cool.
at Main Street Cinema.
Yes.
And then it looks like it's Alyssa Stenberg. I thought I saw someone else. Kay Atwood also
where's
had it.
the thing?
Charlie, have fun on Disney Dance Stream.
Thank you. Yes, I gotta
Yes.
go visit Disney Dan.
Oh, that's right. He's got it now.
Are we almost done, guys? Or
Yeah, I think we are. Do you want to head out and just maybe tell everybody what you got going on?
Jim and Charlie would have beat Jim if that question.
No, Jim would have won.
Okay,
Jim,
whatever.
yeah, Jim would have won. He got the answer. I don't think I win stuff by getting the answer wrong, right? But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be on with Mouse Talk, Walt and Melissa at 11 a.m. and we're gonna be talking about this, that, and everything else. We're gonna be talking about a bunch of different things. And then Wednesday we continue our live show with a ranking of the parks, the park rides, with Jim and those guys up there, Derek and Gregory. We're going to be ranking the Epcot rides on Wednesday night at 7. So come by and join us. You guys feel free to keep on going, Jim. I know you can just keep on
Yeah,
rocking.
I'll still be at work at that time on Wednesday.
Hey, Sunday tomorrow. That's on your channel. That's not on Mouse Talk's channel. That's on your channel, correct?
Yep, my
Okay.
channel. Sorry, yeah, they're going to be the guests, but we're going to be
Cool.
on our channel at 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Awesome.
I think that's it. I think.
Nice.
And right now you're going to be on Disney Dan's channel.
We're going over to Disneyland to talk Epcot pavilions, our favorite Epcot pavilions. So
Awesome.
Cool.
on over
I'll
there.
be over
When
there.
you guys are done, hop on over to Disney Dance.
Will do.
Oh,
Thank you for being on the show tonight.
Stacy's going to be on Mouse Talk Tuesday night, though.
Oh, very cool.
That's like a ladies' night thing. So
Guys, I will be right back. My nephew and his wife are here to pick up some things on the porch. We're still doing our social distancing thing. I've got a birthday present for my niece-in-law. I'll be right back.
Put your
All right.
seat filler back in there.
Will do.
Okay.
all right, guys. Well, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
you
Bye,
later.
Charlie. We'll see you over at Disney
Great
Dan
job.
in a moment.
Congratulations to the winner. It wasn't me.
he left. He didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Rachel had a question. Which Disney princess has a star on the Walk of Fame? I don't know the answer, but somebody looks like Alyssa.
I would say
Alyssa
Snow
said
White.
Snow,
I would say Snow White.
and Big Noah said Snow White. So we'll go with Snow White because I don't know the answer. Unless you want to look that up real quick.
I don't know. Where? Oh, Wendy Lou Who says Princess Leia. That's interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know.
Speaking of Princess Leia, I don't know if everyone's heard, but apparently, I'm probably going to say his name wrong. Okay, the director from Thor Ragnarok.
Taika Waititi.
Yes, thank you. I was going to butcher that. He is apparently going to be directing the next live Star Wars film, whatever that's going to be about, because it's the Jedi saga is supposed to be over. So, yeah, they don't have much information other than that, but that's exciting that there's going to be a
Wow. What I learned recently is he directed an episode of The Mandalorian.
Oh, that's cool.
And they interviewed him and all of the directors of the episodes on the new Disney Plus series
I want to see that.
that I can't remember the name of. Disney.
I know what you're Insider.
No. Disney. Man,
I'll get it.
I
Real
was
quick.
hoping somebody would jump in with it.
I'm gonna try to jump in right now.
My allergies are killing me today.
The answer is Rachel says is
It is the
Snow White, and
Oh no,
She
Disney
was-
Gallery, Pepper Tree Villa.
yeah, I just saw
Has
it.
it in the chat. Ernie has it. Thank you. Disney Gallery.
Disney Insider and Gallery.
Snow White was added June 28th, 1987.
Wow.
What's
How about that?
what's that?
Which Disney princess has a star in the Walk of Fame?
Oh, okay. Does anyone know why it was added in 1987?
I do not.
That would have been the 50th anniversary of Snow White.
Oh, how about that? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's also we're just doing some kind of news right now, Ben. They are going to make a National Treasure 3, and it sounds like that's going to go to the theater, and then they're going to have a series, National Treasure, on Disney Plus at some point.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
like National
Does that
Treasure.
mean Nicolas Cage is going to commit to the whole project?
I guess so, yeah. I mean,
At least the movie.
I don't want to watch it if he's not going to be in it. I mean, he has to be in it.
Yeah.
If no one has seen Disney Prop Culture, highly recommend it. We've seen all the way up to Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's really awesome so far. I'm excited to see the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, because Rick Moranis, they actually got him to do an interview, and he's been out
Wow.
for a long time.
Yeah.
He's slowly coming back. And I think it's really cool why he left Hollywood, because he had to raise his kids after he lost his wife. So
Oh, wow.
he picked that over Hollywood, which is the admirable thing to do. So
Good for him. Good
Yeah.
for him for being a family man.
Absolutely. I
He's
did see 2 of those episodes. I saw the Pirates of the Caribbean episode, and I saw the Muppet movie episode. Kind of cool.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, see, I gotta watch this.
I think my favorite one so far is Nightmare Before Christmas. It was really cool, some of the sets and things that they have saved over the years, but it's slowly deteriorating. And they try to fix it every couple of years.
It definitely makes you appreciate everything they did to put into that
Yeah,
movie.
and you don't like that movie. You
I'm
said.
not a big fan of it.
I love that
I
movie.
appreciate what they did, but
It will stand the test of
I'm
time.
with Derek.
I am with you on that, Derek. There are a lot of people who are just like drawn to that whole film, and for me, I appreciate it, and I really like the adaptation that they did with the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland for the holiday season, but it's not one of my go-to movies.
Mm,
Yeah, I agree. I wish I liked it more. I wish I liked it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's when that came out, and I believe Hocus Pocus came out the same year. So it was like a double whammy of Halloween movies for someone like me at that age to go see. And me loving Halloween that time of year, I mean, I was like a kid in a candy store. So
You're able to bond with it.
I think,
That's you're able to bond with it.
Yeah, and my dad took me to see both of those movies. So I think, that's one of my favorite movies is Nightmare Before Christmas. They do a sequel in the form of a book about Zero, but they're talking about maybe making that into a movie and also making Nightmare Before Christmas into a live action movie, which I don't know how they would even do that. I think they need to leave it alone.
Yeah, you know what? Disney has already delved into far too many live action based from animated films. Let's come up with some original content.
I mean, it would have to be computerized.
Throw something at us.
Yeah, it'd have to be computerized if they did it live action. There's just who's going to play a skinny, skeleton-looking person.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of National Treasure. I just like that movie a lot. So I'll be excited to see more of that.
Is it streaming on Disney Plus?
The third movie, the way they worded it, it sounds like that's going in the theater, but then the Treasure, National Treasure series will go on Disney Plus.
But are the original 2 films already streaming on Disney Plus?
National Treasure was added on April 30th.
Okay.
I don't know about the sequel.
Okay.
I think the first one is on Netflix right now still, but I didn't see it on Disney Plus yet, but just saw it. I just like how they made hints out of all these national things and made a storyline out of it, like things you would never think of, like, oh, this leads to this, and the desk has a secret compartment and all this stuff in the president's office and everything. So that's cool.
The one problem I have with the movie is that for years and years and years, the Gates family had one clue. It was the secret lies with Charlotte. And then Nicolas Cage's character has discovers what that's all about. And then they find another clue. And then, so when they go back to Nicolas Cage's father's house, he's getting on his case for wasting his time with the treasure hunt. And he goes, then that'll lead to a clue and another clue and then another clue. Wait a minute. No. For hundreds of years, there's only been one clue. He just made a breakthrough, bro. You might want to hop on this right now.
Pepper Trevilla said both movies are on Disney Plus. Talking about them makes me actually really want to watch them right now.
I know I've got to watch those. I've got to watch Pop Culture. I've got to watch I still have not seen The Mandalorian.
Wow.
I'm late to the game on that.
Mandalorian is so fun.
Yeah.
You could binge watch that in a day. Start in the morning and you'll be done by the end of the day.
Welcome, Life Adventure Show. Thank you for joining us.
We still
and
haven't.
Jonathan Chong.
Yeah, welcome. We still haven't even seen The Imagineer, like all those episodes.
I'd like to rewatch that series as well. It's been a few months since I saw the original when it rolled out.
I just don't want to see the last one because that's the Rise of Resistance. I don't want to. I've seen.
I don't want to
already.
Spoilers. I don't want to be spoiled.
No, The Imagineer. We haven't seen that.
The Mandalorian does a great job of rekindling your love for Star Wars. Like if for some reason you've soured on the movies, I have not. I enjoy the movies still.
Yeah, and I have yet to see the final film.
Oh, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And the Mandalorian just builds on your love of it. Jon Favreau created it and did a wonderful job. I want you to see it so we can talk about it, but it's great. He did a great job with it.
Well, I know that this isn't a spoiler because we've talked about it before. It's supposed to take place after Return of the Jedi. So
yeah,
it's not Baby Yoda. It's the child. It's a Yoda species, whatever. Apparently, we're supposed to find out the name. But I've heard another character will be in it, which I don't know how that's going to happen because it's after the fact. Don't tell me. Are you going to tell me a spoiler? I'm not going to say it, but it's after the fact, after the Star Wars series, and I'm just thinking, how are they going to do that? But and then I heard if you guys have, there's two actors that I heard are going to be in this. Jamie Lee Curtis is supposed to be in the second season, and also Michael Biehn. You might know him from Terminator. He's going to be in it as well. So those are two big actors. Or Jamie Lee Curtis more than Michael Biehn, but I like Jamie Lee Curtis, so I'm excited for both of them to be in it to see what they play.
Yep. Well, Jamie Lee Curtis is no stranger to Disney films.
That's true.
No. I love her in Freaky Friday. That was a good movie. It was funny.
I've seen pieces of her in Freaking Friday, and she's pretty beautiful.
I think it's coming out in June. The new season comes out in June, I think. So that'll be good to watch.
Wow.
Rachel wants to know, Derek and Gregory, in the framed picture behind you, which castle is that?
That is this is for the 50th. It's a Thomas Kincaid. It's the 50th of Disneyland.
Cool.
And it really just captures everything that walking down Main Street to the castle is all about. So,
it's a great picture.
Yeah,
I
love it.
We haven't really talked about our next show that we're doing for Five Foolish Mortals, so that'll come up at some point. We'll figure out what we're doing, and then,
Probably sometime in June, I'd imagine.
Pepper Trevilla, Ben, you want to talk about Monday? What movie you're going to be reviewing?
Sure thing. We are doing another episode of the Disney Plus Movie Club. and we will be discussing the 1977, some would say classic musical, Pete's Dragon.
Jim.
I'm going to have to make myself watch this one.
He doesn't like it, I guess.
We'll see. And yes, I did get a haircut this morning, and you'll learn more about that on an upcoming episode of Life with Ben.
Oh, I didn't even notice actually because it's so far away. Oh, a lot shorter. Maybe you did it yourself, and if you did, then you did a good job. Or your sister would have.
You'll find out on Thursday morning when I present it to you on episode 50 of Life with Ben.
50.
But we want to know,
right?
Tim from Life Adventure Show was asking, what happened to the fifth Foolish Mortal? Actually, they had another one that they ended. We've been on for like over 2 hours.
Yeah, we should.
Another obligation that he was on. So he's on Disney Dan's show right now.
I told Ben, "Oh, we're not going to be on for 2 hours."
Yeah, we can wrap it up. I'm kind of hungry, so
I can imagine.
we can wrap this up. I will say that I did rewatch Pete's Dragon. I saw it as a kid. It was on cable as a kid also. I mean, I saw it at the theater when I was a kid. I watched it on cable as a kid.
Probably
and then I didn't watch it for about 40 years. So, and then rewatching it, I realized why I didn't really rush out to see it again. But that's all I'll say. I mean, there are some enjoyable things about it.
Actually,
I think the trailer that Richard edited for us probably says it all.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
We haven't seen the remake of it yet, which
Nor have I.
Good. We have it, but we just haven't seen it
Either.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned to Ben a scene with an outhouse floating in the sky, and Ben said, "That's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang." I said, "Oh, see, I don't even know my movies with those." I said, "Well, I like that one too." So,
Derek and Gregory, what about you guys? What do you have in store?
we have, as we alternate weeks in terms of if we have a cruise show or a Disney show,
It's our cruise
we are
show.
going to have Fisher Fun Ventures on. They do a lot of, they're heavily into the cruising community, but he also pops into a lot of the Disney chats. He's actually a former cast member at Disney World. He worked for Disney about 20 years.
didn't he work at Legoland also?
Yes. We'll have him on for some show and tell, or not show and tell, for to get to know him. We're meeting David.
Well, he could have some things to show and tell if
Exactly.
he wants. So yeah, that's what we got going on, and Derek's still trying to
I'm trying to get
edit the video for us for this coming Friday.
Yeah, it was supposed to be yesterday, but I need about another week to get it where I want it to be. So we're still on our NCL Escape cruise to Canada.
And Jim
Awesome.
has his shows on Tuesdays. Do you have anything special for your show Tuesday?
My regular show on Tuesdays at 7:30 Eastern. That's the show. I usually do a top 15 list, a top 15 Disney list. I've been doing that, and that's been fun to try to come up with stuff. But I've also been trying to go live during the afternoons as often as I can in my shameless quest for watch hours. So, and I've been following Disney Parks blog and doing their sketching tutorials, trying to draw Disney characters. We've been having fun with Disney Sporkle trivia, and I want to do something with Disney music because I'm not yet monetized, and I think I don't have a lot to lose. But I've also I'm going to do something, maybe a tutorial with my 360-degree camera, and maybe just kind of show off the edit software that comes with that. So I've got things planned for it to keep it different and engaging. So yeah, we'll see. Guys, thank you so much for another very fun episode of the Five Foolish Mortals.
Hey, look at that. Arnie binged watched the entire volume of More Sunshine, Please.
He absolutely did, and I thank him again for doing that. That's amazing. And he commented on so many of them and encouraged others to do the same. So that's very supportive, and I can't thank him enough for doing that.
Now you got to look at all those comments and comment back.
I did it. I did about half of them. I don't know what I did. Guys, how do we end our shows? Ben, how do you end your show?
On PTV Live, we say, have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. But I prefer how Life with Ben ends every day, and that is, remember, adventure is out there.
Awesome. Derek and Gregory?
I'm Derek.
I'm Gregory.
If you forget our names, it's okay because I'm Little Explorer.
I'm Big Explorer.
And as Walt Disney once said,
We are just getting started.
They've rehearsed that.
Yes.
No, not really.
And some would call me
We're
just
gonna-
right, Explorer. Just right. Can I get some more sunshine, please? That's not how I end my shows, but I know
It should-
Derek and Gregory appreciate that.
It should be.
I say end broadcast. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching this show. We will see you on our channels later. Thank you for watching this and staying with us. Now on to Disney Dan's channel to go see our 5th Foolish Mortal and see what they're up to right now. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
So long.